One, I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also, want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, and shalom to the elect. All right, through the Spirit, I'm in Isaiah 49, and I'm going to start at the 8th verse. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh, in acceptable time have I heard thee, and in a day of salvation have I helped thee, and I will preserve thee, and will give thee for a covenant of the people to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritages." All right. Let's go to verse 9. "That thou mayest say to the prisoners, Go forth, to them that are in darkness, show yourselves. They shall feed in the ways, and their pastures shall be in all high places." All right, so the prophets are we're showing ourselves. All right, we're up on the street corners, the highways and the byways. We're on the YouTube. We're teaching the scripture, and we're in all the high places, meaning all these different nations, all these different governments, these, especially Babylon America, right? Because Babylon America is the highest government right now, right? In the earth, in the world, you have Babylon America as basically the whore that influenced all these other nations. And we're in the high places, showing ourselves, teaching this truth. The doctrine of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is dropping like rain. Verse 10, "They shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor the sun smite them, for he that hath mercy on them shall lead them, even by the springs of waters shall he guide them." All right, and the springs of waters, this truth is referred to sometimes as living water, right? So that's what that is. This is what guides the elect, is the living water, the truth, okay? And Yahweh is having mercy on the elect by setting up his prophets. Verse 11, "And I will make all my mountains a way, and my highways shall be exalted." Right, just what I said. You got the prophets on the highways and the byways, right? Teaching in the streets. Let me get this verse real quick, and I think it's in Proverbs. Let's see. Wisdom cries out in the streets. In Proverbs 1:20. "Wisdom crieth without, she utters her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates in the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in the scorning, and the fools hate knowledge." Right, so the Lord has set up his prophets, and we gather together in the camps, all right, and we're on the street corners, and that's basically what we're saying. How long are you simple ones gonna love simplicity? Because the majority of our people are simple, without truth, without knowledge, right? So now you have Yahweh's, like I said, he's had mercy on you, and he set up his prophets crying in the street. All right. Go back to Isaiah 49 and verse, where am I at? Verse 12. It says, "Behold, these shall come from far and low, these from the north and from the west, and these from the land of Sinim." Okay, so he's basically, because the prophets are scattered everywhere, so we're coming from everywhere to exalt Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and to teach our people their transgressions, right? And ask that, just like it said in Proverbs, "How long will you simple ones love simplicity?" Right? How long you Israelites gonna love, idolatry? How long are you Israelites gonna love being in captivity? You see? Verse 13, "Sing, O heavens, and be joyful, the earth, O earth, and bring forth into singing, O mountains, for Yahweh hath comforted his people, and will have mercy upon his afflicted. Because this truth, this knowledge, us crying in the streets, it's going to bring comfort to the elect. Okay? Because right now, you Israelites, you all you have looking forward to is on the weekend, you might get to drink some Hennessy, you might get to smoke some blunts, you might get to go to some house parties, or go to a fucking whatever it is you find fun, whatever you consider fun. That's your comfort. That's what you look forward to, and you don't know that there's something way greater waiting upon us. All right. Verse 14. But Zion said, Yahweh hath forsaken me, and my Lord hath forgotten me. Right, and that's how you feel, you Israelites. Oh well, you become atheists because you think that the Lord doesn't, he doesn't, he's not real, or why do babies die on the streets if God was real, stuff like that, because you don't understand the judgments, you don't understand the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right, you think he forgot you, and it's really he did forget. He's going to forget about 2/3 of his own people, but his elect he's going to preserve. Okay, he's not going to forget his elect. Verse 15: Can a woman forget her suckling child, that she would not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yeah, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee. Right. So I was like, he gives the example of a woman. Can she forget her baby? And in this world, yes, women do forget about their babies. That's why you had just the other, I think 2 weeks ago, there was a story of some Judite woman, so-called black woman. She put her baby in the oven. And then you hear stories of people just abandoning their babies and shit. People putting their babies in dumpsters and shit like that. So even in this flesh, women, they can forget about their suckling child, their babies. But Yahweh is saying, yeah, that could happen. But he says, but I'm not going to forget thee. And the thee is talking about the elect. Because he only glorifies, he only hath care for his elect. He don't care about the ones that turn their back on him. The ones that, he's hid his face from you. So you've given up. You don't believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So Yahweh he has no, he has nothing to remember when it comes to you 2/3. So he's going to forget about you too, right? Because just like it tells you in Hosea 4:6, it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, and thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of the Most High. I will also forget thy sons. So Yahweh's going to forget about the 2/3 of the nation that, you don't want to take heed to his prophets, to his mouth, to his servants. You want to lean on your own understanding. You think you got the truth. And when the true prophets come around, you call us devils and demons because you've been too far gone, and the Lord has you in an ass backwards mindset. So he don't give a fuck about you 2/3. The only one he's going to preserve are his elect. Isaiah 49:16. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. Thy walls are continually before me. Thy sons shall make haste, thy destroyers, and they that made thee waste shall go forth of thee. Lift up thine eyes round about, and behold, all these gather themselves together, and come to thee. As I live, saith Yahweh, and thou shalt surely clothe thee with them all, as with an ornament, and bind them on thee, as a bride doeth. And this is the elect. The elect are the ones who are going to, clothe ourselves, and basically eventually get a pure garment, right? But the 2/3, they're not going to clothe themselves. They're going to remain in that. They're actually going to be made naked, meaning shamed. Naked is a metaphor for being shameful. You see? Adam and Eve, when they were in the garden, they were ashamed their wickedness, because of their sin. That's the parable. That's the metaphor in that in that story. But Christians don't understand that. Verse and like, were they naked physically that they covered themselves with leaves? Yes, but the true nakedness is actually dealing with shame, and you've been exposed, right? So verse where am I at? 18. I'm sorry, 19. For thy waste and thy desolate places in the land of thy destruction shall even now be too narrow by reason of the inhabitants, and they that swallowed thee up shall be far away. All right. The sons which thou shalt have after thou hast lost the other shall say again in thine ears, the place is too strait for me. Give place to me that I may dwell. Then shall they say in thine heart, who hath begotten me? These, seeing I have lost my children, and am desolate, a captive, and removing to and fro. And who hath brought up these? Behold, I was left alone. These were they, where had they been? And this is talking about Israel, right? Israel has been a captive, been desolate, lost children, right? Zion, which is likened unto a delicate and comely woman, which another word for Israel is Zion. You're likened unto a delicate woman. Israel is the Lord's woman, right? It's a parable. Verse 22, thus saith Yahweh the Most High, behold, I will lift up my hand to the Gentiles, and set up my standard to the people, and they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and their daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders, and kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. So Yahweh is going to restore us, all right? Because you're going to have the kings of these heathen nations, and the queens. They're going to be nursing our people. They're either going to go as so far as to bow down their face to the earth and lick the dust off your feet. You see? So Yahweh's gonna set it up where Zion is restored. Okay? But it's gonna be because of the elect, not because of the 2/3. But in the kingdom, guess what? The 2/3 are going to be more blessed than the heathen. We're reading it right now. So this is basically going into the restoration of our people, right? It's going into the transition of the kingdoms. It goes from Esau to Jacob, right? It tells us that in 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Is it 6 and 9 or 2 and 9? Yeah, 6 and 9. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, the so-called white man, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see? So Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is going to be the beginning of the kingdom. That's talking about the kingdom. That's our kingdom. And this is what we're reading about. When these servants, these heathen, they're going to bring our sons and our daughters in their arms and carry it upon their shoulders, like I just read in Isaiah 49. Let's go back. Isaiah 49, and I'm at 24 now. Shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captive delivered? But thus saith Yahweh, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I will contend with him that contendeth with thee, and I will save thy sons. Right, he's talking about Jacob. That's why it says Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that followeth. Because Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to contend with the ones that contends with us. And who's oppress us? Who tries to keep us at the bottom of society? Are these Edomites, right? They're crafty. They do all these things to keep Israel at the bottom. But Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is gonna restore the nation, and he uses the elect, and he starts out with the prophets, the Lord's prophets, with this transition, which it's gonna be. We're gonna go from you're gonna have Esau's kingdom, and then it's going to go straight to Jacob's kingdom, which will be the kingdom of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. that transition period, right? Um, let me see if I can get a verse. Let's see. Yeah, I'll bring this one out. In Daniel 2:44, it says, "And in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever." So our kingdom is going to be eternal, all right? We're gonna have the last laugh. We're gonna have the sovereign kingdom that is gonna be forever, right? So he's had a good run, going all the way back to the Macedonians and the Greeks up until now. But guess what? Our kingdom is gonna be eternal. Um, let me see. Here's another one that I was. This is the one I was. This is the one I wanted. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, whatever you prefer to call it. Sirach 10:8, Ecclesiasticus 10:8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another, right? And from the Esau to Jacob. That's what it's talking about. So our kingdom's going to be eternal. Our kingdom's going to be restored, okay? And these heathen, they're going to be doing the road work. They're going to be doing the dirty work, if you will. They're going to be the ones doing all the backbreaking work in our kingdom, building up our cities, building up our kingdom. Just like we're in the flesh, we build up their kingdoms and their cities. Just look outside whenever you go drive past the construction site. Who do you see? You see Israelites. You see Issachar building up their shit. Everything's going to be reversed in the kingdom, right? He that is first shall be last. He that is last shall be first. That's what it's going into. Setting up our people above these wicked Edomites, these wicked heathen. We're going to be the rulers of the earth. All right? So let's see where I'm at. Isaiah 49:26. "And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh, and they shall be drunken with their own blood, as with sweet wine. And all flesh shall know that I am Yahweh, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob." Right? And he's going to redeem Jacob. He's not going to redeem any of the other heathen nations. All right? He's only going to redeem our people. And it's only going to be the elect. Right? Yes, the kingdom is going to be, everyone's going to be blessed in the kingdom. Even the heathen are going to be blessed with longer lives, because they're going to be keeping the laws in the kingdom. They're going to keep our laws in the kingdom. But, there's order in our kingdom also, which will be eternal. But you're going to have, first and foremost, the prophets, actually I should say, first and foremost, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and then his men, the prophets, and then the elect, and then the nation of Israel, and then all the other nations are going to fall in their order. But that's it. We're gonna be the leaders of and the kings and the governors and we're gonna be in power in the kingdom. You're not gonna have the heathen nation ruling over us. You're not gonna have the Edomite ruling over us. And it talks about that he's gonna put the oppression on these they're gonna It says, I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh, because that's going to be a thing before Yahweh Bashem Yashai visits the earth. The kingdom of Babylon America is going to fall, and it's going to get so bad that people are going to resort to cannibalism. You see, even you Israelites who are not under the hedge or the protection of Yahweh Bashem Yashai, because you choose to follow the heathen ways, you're going to be eating your own children out of desperation. You ain't going to have no food, so your little fat son is going to be he's going to be like dinner once or twice. So that's happened in the past in history. Just Google cannibalism. Even in the scriptures, there was cannibalism for our people, right? There's that story of those two women who made an agreement to eat their sons, and then the one lady, she tricked the other lady by they ate the lady's son, and then she didn't want, and then she hid her son. Let me get that real quick. I'll get the story, read the story so it's not so confusing. But the point is hey, we're gonna have a sovereign, eternal kingdom, and we're gonna rule over all these heathen nations, all these people that oppressed us, and all these different captivities. We're gonna be the rulers of the universe. And that's another thing that's different between our rulership. We're going to actually rule the entire universe, not just planet Earth, because we're going to have chariots. We're going to have the ability to space travel. All right, which Esau Edom doesn't have that ability. So let me see. But yeah, it's gonna get so desperate for these people that they're gonna resort to cannibalism, because there's not gonna be no food, man. The government is gonna starve you out, but the Lord's prophets are gonna eat. The Lord's prophets are gonna have abundance according to the scripture. But let's get that account in 2 Kings 6:28. It says, watch right here. 2 Kings 6, and I'll start at 26. It says, and as the king of Israel, so these were Israelites in this chapter that I'm reading. And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help me, my lord, O king. And he said, if Yahweh doth not help thee, whence shall I help thee, out of the barn floor or out of the winepress? And the barn floor would have been where they stored the food, right? Or the wine press, that's where they had the wine. So he's like, hey, if Yahweh's not helping you, how the hell am I going to help you? Because it was a chaotic time that we're reading about. So just like we're coming into Jacob's trouble, which is about to get fucking shady as fuck with the people, with women are going to get raped on the streets, women are going to get the bartering system will come back, because there's going to be no money, currency. All the money will crash. All the beast system, his micro C-hip is gonna fail. So it's gonna get just desperate. If you can picture that movie, The Book of Eli, right? This is the times that we're coming into, and it's nothing new under the sun, because people were desperate. Here, what I'm reading in chapter 6 in Kings, 2 Kings, they were desperate to eat, right? Because here's this woman, she's telling the king of Israel, help us out, help us out. He said, if Yahweh can't help you, how the hell am I going to help you, right? Verse 28, and the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. And then look what happens. So we boiled my son and did eat him, right? These motherfuckers were desperate, and these were Israelites. So how much more are these fucking heathen, these Edomites? When shit gets crazy, when there's no food around, these people are going to be eating their fucking kids, man. And it's going to happen because it's written that it's going to happen. Thus saith Yahweh. Yahweh says this stuff is coming to Babylon, America. So we know as the prophets that it's damn sure going to come to pass. All right? It says, so we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she hath hid her son. So this other lady, she hid her kid. She was like, no, we eating your kid. She hid her son. Verse 30, and it came to pass when the king heard the words of the woman that he rent his clothes and he passed by upon the wall. And the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. Then he said, the Most High do so and more also to me, if the head of Elisha the son of Shaphat shall stand on him this day. So the thing is the king got so distressed and stressed out, he started to, when you rent your clothes, that means you're in mourning. He heard that story, and he was like in disbelief, right? He's basically like in his mind, like, oh my God, it's come to this, that women are eating their children. And that's what's going to happen here to Babylon America, you know? So when you see all these calamities happening, then Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua cracked the clouds and Esau's kingdom, because people are going to be desperate, man. It's going to come to a time that people will be so desperate they're going to be eating their own fucking children. All right? And then Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to crack them clouds, destroy Babylon America, take away all the rulership from all these nations, destroy the heathen, and then that's when that kingdom is going to be, we're going to translate it to us. We're going to rule forever and ever and ever as the sovereign kings of the earth, starting out with Yahweh Shai, right? Then the Lord's prophets, then the 1/3, then the 2/3 he was going to be blessed in the kingdom. But you're going to have to go through some calamity first. You're going to have to go through the fire. But, like it says in Zechariah 13, towards the end, the 1/3 are going to